Right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here on the Harmless Dave channel, talking about probably the best classic rock sounding album of the year by a classic rock band in the year 2025, and just my humble opinion as I do this in real time for a few real people just like you and just like me. All right, Cheap Trick, I see you. I see your new album all washed up. If people are wondering, because I get these all the time, like, Dave, have you heard this album? Have you heard that album? You know what? There are only so many hours in a day, and I have a schnauzer, so I like to take the dog for a walk. You could be listening to music while you walk the dog. No, I'm not going to listen to music while I walk the dog, okay? The whole thing is I like to unplug, all right? And the earth and nature, those are good things. And I hear sounds like birds, right? The trees rustling in the wind. Those are good things. But so is the new album by Cheap Trick, All Washed Up. I love the title. These guys are just zinging people with that title. They are not washed up, even though they've got some pretty cool washing machines on the cover. I mean, this is just a classic album cover. In the year 2025, they're doing this. Almost 50 years of Cheap Trick, by the way. They're still touring. They're still delivering excellent music on tour. They sound amazing. Robin Zander, not a guy who I complain about, like, gee, that guy can't sing anymore. No, he's not like that. He can still sing. Anyway, this album, folks, as far as quality and great songs, this album, hands down, I think is the best classic rock sounding album by a classic rock band in the year 2025. Styx, their album, which came out earlier this year, that's a great album. The only problem with that album is it tends to not sound like any one band. All right. Cheap Trick, though, man, I mean, it's immediate from the first song to the last that you're listening to Cheap Trick. And by the way, if you missed it, the album called Bang Zoom Crazy Hello, which came out back in 2016, was the beginning of a bit of a resurgence for this band. I mean, pretty much everything they've come out with since then has been really good and has been mostly ignored by rock radio stations. Why? See, this is I'm on like 2 or 3 soapboxes here. So you've got a radio industry that doesn't care about a band like Cheap Trick. You can't put them on adult contemporary because they're not an AC band for the most part, unless they're playing the Flame or whatever. I'm just trying to think out loud here as a lot of thoughts are converging, so I apologize. There are rock stations that could play Cheap Trick right now, but they're too busy playing the same old stuff over and over again, or they're playing darker stuff on their playlist. I mean, the mainstream, quote unquote, I don't know who it's mainstream for, but mainstream rock today, which still all sounds dark and depressing, and you're going to put Cheap Trick on there? Yeah, I mean, guys who, quite honestly, I think worship the Beatles, right? I mean, Cheap Trick and the Beatles, a lot of people have compared them to the Beatles. I don't think they're exactly like the Beatles. I would say they're like a punk rock version of the Beatles, all right? They've, not that they're punk rock, because people are going to misquote me here. I'm just saying they're tougher, they're edgier than some of the stuff the Beatles put out there, but they take a lot of that Beatles essence and they harness that power. And great lyrics too. Garage band guitars at times, great power chords. All of the energy you would expect from a band, say, I don't know, in their first 5 or 10 years of existence. A good song to check out would be The Riff That Won't Quit. It's a great name for a song. And Robin Zander, tons of vocal power still to this day. Just an amazing singer. Also, I would check out Bad Blood, 12 Gates. These are songs that are just popping in my head right now. I can't remember all of them. Dancing with the Band. I mean, there are so many earworms on this thing that it's hard to pick. They even do kind of a swampy song called A Long Way to Worcester, all right, which I think you'll really dig. Um, this is one of those rare instances where a band this far along in their career creates a gem, an absolute gem. Um, and Robin Zander, by the way, says this: just one more great album from the best rock band in the world. Um, I don't know if I disagree with him. I mean, people are going to say Cheap Trick, they're not the best band. You know, the critics always loved Cheap Trick. The fans love Cheap Trick. They've got such an amazing catalog, and people really need to pay attention to this album. Again, it's called All Washed Up. It came out a few days ago officially. There were some songs that were released as singles. When they say singles, I mean, it's just like a precursor song now. It's not really a single because who's playing it? Are there radio stations that play it? Not many, but they should, man. This is just one of those rare exceptions where even the radio stations that would scoff at putting Cheap Trick on their playlist, they should really think about putting something from this album on their playlist. The powers that be, I don't know. I don't know what they're thinking these days. What it is they're not thinking. So 21 albums, folks, for one of the great rock bands of all time. And go listen to 12 Gates. All right, that'll be my pick, but there are several others. But 12 Gates, that might be a good place to start. But I know everyone will have their favorite song. God bless Cheap Trick. Keep on rocking, boys. And yes, I've seen Cheap Trick in concert. And yeah, they are one of the better concert bands you'll ever go see.